Hello everyone. Okay, so unfortunately I wasn't able to do the ride along with my husband this morning. He woke up 4 o'clock in the morning and I wasn't feeling it this morning to wake up that early. So, and he had a long route today and I really didn't want to be stuck on the truck. So he was going 4 o'clock this morning. It's literally, I have no clue what time it is right now, but I wasn't up for it. When he has a short route, I'll ride along. But it was just, I had too much to do today to be stuck with him on a truck, cursing people out. So, didn't feel like it. But anyway, I got an email. Somebody wanted to know what they can kind of do, already have in place before they get to the branding expo. So, I decided to make like a series of videos to help people go ahead and just, I guess, get the major portion of their business out of the way, legalization, make sure everything is in place before you get to the expo, because we're not going to do any legalization at the expo. It's strictly going to be branding, talking about how to get your boxes or whatever size boxes you need, packaging, the tape I showed you, tag, bags, or whatever the case may be, anything that you need to get your brand where it needs to be on a specific level. So first thing is first, of course, you need to have your LLC. So this first video is going to be about an LLC. Tomorrow we'll talk about your EIN, 2553 and all that stuff will be in next videos to come. So I'm gonna try to do like 3 to 4 videos a week so we can get legalization out of the way. So of course, for the first portion is your LLC. You need to simply just Google Secretary of State of whatever state you live in. I live in Georgia, so of course it'll be Secretary of State, Georgia. And I think with Georgia, it's sos.ga.gov. Don't quote me. I think for Texas, it's SOS Direct. Don't quote me. I know Florida is Sunbiz. It's where you apply for your LLC. And it literally takes like 7 days for your LLC to come back approved. The only time they won't approve it is if you forget to sign a document, if you selected a name that someone else already has. Again, as my very first video back from 2017, do not select the name that you're going to operate your business under. So if you're planning to sell shirts, don't put your business name anything dealing with the shirt. Do something completely vague, out of the norm. Well, simple. Don't put anything dealing with what you're going to do in your LLC name. That's going to be considered your DBA. And we'll talk about DBA tomorrow. So let's first talk about your LLC. So your LLC name is going to be something extremely simple. So you want to use terminology such as essentials, group, enterprise, consulting, things like that. So for example, ABC Essentials or ABC Group or ABC Enterprise or Enterprises, ABC Consulting, things like that. So when you decide to go get business credit or you want to go apply for funding capital, whatever the case may be, they're going to ask you what your business is. You just simply tell them, you can tell them a retail consultant, something of the line of a consultant, so that they won't pinpoint what it is that you're doing. So again, just go to Google, type in Secretary of State of that particular state, whatever it is, it'll pop up, and you need to find your articles of organization and apply for it. So it may not say LLC, it may say articles of organization, but it's all the same thing. Your articles of organization is your LLC. Your articles is just simply states the positions of your business. So who exactly you are, the principal, address, phone number, email, contact information. So when it asks for principal, you want to be sure to add the address separate from your personal address. So there's a principal address and then your personal address. The principal address is the actual business address. So when they say principal, it's your business. Don't put your name as principal. Principal is your business name. So when it says principal name, it'll be ABC Essentials. And you put that. The principal address, it will be your business address. Do not put your personal address as your business address. You want to keep things completely separate. You don't want to mix personal and business together, because you'll end up screwing yourself in the end, and they'll be able to hold you liable for any unpaid debt or anything. So just make sure you have everything completely separate as far as business and personal. And it's pretty much self-explanatory when you get down to the portion where it says registered agent. A registered agent is just simply someone who will accept documents on the behalf of your business if the owner is not available. So if they need to send just simple documentation, not necessarily to collect the debt or anything, just someone who will be able to answer for your business. I use myself as a registered agent. You can actually hire another company to be a registered agent. It does cost, but you can add a family member as a registered agent if they don't mind. It's just that they'll contact you. Like if it's time to renew, they'll send you a letter, but they'll put it in the registered agent's name. Doesn't mean they have any type of ownership of your business or they have any say-so of your business. It's just a contact person. That's all a registered agent is. It's just a complete contact person if you are not available. Now, member managers are what LLC holds. They hold managers and member managers. It's not necessarily an owner. You're a member manager. You're a member of the LLC. So you will be the member manager. And of course, you most likely be the only member manager unless you are wanting to have an LLC for your kids too. So you and both your child will be member managers of the LLC and hold equal ownership of it. And I've done the same thing with both my girls. They both have their own LLCs. So when they get older, they'll have established business credit and they can pretty much do whatever the heck they want with their LLCs. But I'm going to have it to where I'm going to start them some type of line. I have them a toy line. Haven't really jump started it yet, but it's in the making. So when they get older, they'll have a successful toy line ready for them. So make sure your principal address is principal name is together, principal address. And another thing, just to touch back on the name a little bit, your name has to have LLC at the end. It will not be recognized as an LLC unless it has LLC at the end of the name. So it has to be ABC Essentials LLC or ABC Essentials L.L.C. And it'll give you, most states give you that option to, I know Georgia does, to select those abbreviations. Either you can be ABC Essentials Limited Liability Company or LLC or L.C. or LTD. There's different abbreviations that you can use. You cannot use the same name as another company, even if another company is dissolved, meaning they have not renewed their LLC. You still won't be able to use it until I think it is completely out of the system. I don't know much about that, but I know you won't be able to use it. I wouldn't want to use a name that someone has already previously had anyway. So just be careful and make sure you check. They do have something on the website where you'll be able to check name availability. So make sure you check the name and see if it's available before you submit your LLC, because if you don't, they're going to deny it. And you're just going to be wasting your time. So most of them are electronic. I believe North Carolina, you have to actually print out the LLC, sign it, and scan it back in. The rest of them are actually electronic, and it takes about 7 days. You can have it expedited. I know here in Georgia, you can have it expedited to either 1 or 2 business days for an extra $100. Sorry about the lighting. I don't know what's going on right now, but so that's pretty much it for the LLC. Once you file your LLC and it has been accepted, you can now move on to applying for your DBA. Now, your DBA is known as doing business as. And I just had this question come up today with my friend going to the courthouse and applying for her DBA. She called the courthouse and it was like, well, we don't do DBAs. We only do trade names. It's the same thing. A DBA, trade name, fictitious name is all the same thing. Just call it different things. So if somebody try to get on the phone and get smart and say, well, we don't do DBAs. We do trade names or fictitious name. Please shut them up and tell them it's the same thing. Like, they're all the same thing. So with here in where I live, DBAs are done at the courthouse in Superior Court. Some people, I know Maryland, you're able to file your DBA online. I think Sunbiz, Florida, I think you're able to, are you able to file your, I'm not sure. Not sure. I believe Texas, you're able to file your DBA online. I would hope so, because Texas is expensive. Their LLC costs $300. Georgia is $100, I believe. Maryland, I think, is $100. I'm not sure. Florida, maybe $175 or $75. But Texas is definitely the most expensive state to form an LLC in. Yeah, they expensive. And some states do require you to do publications where you have to put, for your DBA, you have to go in and file a publication in a newspaper, which is absolutely ridiculous. But I have learned that in some states, I do not know. I know here where I live, you don't have to file your DBA. If you just go ahead and apply for your business license, that'll act as your DBA. So I have my business license here, but I filed for my DBA too. So check with your state and see if it's not on the state level, it's more on a county level. So check with your county and see if you are required to file a DBA, or if you can just get your business license and just forget the DBA part, because filing a DBA it does cause a bit of a headache. With forms and publications, you have to run an ad in a newspaper for like X amount of days to make sure nobody doesn't claim that. It's absolutely ridiculous. So if you can just skip that part and just go ahead and get your business license, do that, and don't worry about filing a DBA through Superior Court. Now, I will say this: not all counties you are allowed to file in Superior Court. That's just with my state. Everything differs from state to state, county to county. So say if I live in Chatham County, Cobb County, they may file a DBA in real estate. So it just depends. You have to do a little bit of research and find out where you need to file your DBA. And again, DBA means doing business as. It's the same thing as a fictitious name, and it's the same thing as a trade name. And it only simply, so your LLC is what is more on the legal side. So what the banks will recognize you as, the state, federal, your DBA is going to be your brand. So for example, I'm going to be Naya Group LLC, doing business as 1122. So 1122 is my brand. That's what I'm going to be doing business as under Naya Group, under that umbrella. If that makes any sense at all. I talk fast and I probably rambling like crazy, but I hope that makes sense. But so yeah, and some states do allow you to have multiple DBAs under one umbrella. I only have one. I have multiple LLCs, but I'll talk about that later on and tell you all why I have multiple LLCs. I have I got 7 now. So I have one DBA under one umbrella of the LLC. So tomorrow I will go on and talk about your EIN, what you need to do, how to fill out the form. I'll have a form to kind of show examples. This is for educational purposes only. So if you fill out something wrong on that form, don't blame Rashida. That's all I'm going to say. Don't blame Rashida, because this is how I did it and it worked for me. Do your research a little bit more and see if it can work for you. So I will see you all tomorrow. We're going to keep this little series thing going. Tomorrow we'll do EIN, and then so everybody can gear it up for this, what is it? For this branding expo, so we can get your brands going. So I will see you all tomorrow, and thanks for watching.